What is going on, Dokkan fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. As always, my name is G, and guys, so we're gonna be jumping back into the Birth of the Shadow Dragons event. This is stage 2 against Raid Shenron, using nothing but GT heroes and trying to do this without using a single item. If you guys watched the first video, you'll notice there's been a couple changes in this fight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna admit this guy kind of gave me a bit of trouble. As much as I hate to admit it, Raid Shenron actually gave our Gorilla Boys a bit of a fight, and I had to switch out a few units here. I did bring in the LR GT trios, being Pan, Trunks, and Goku. I did switch out, I believe it was Gogeta, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. In return, I got the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, the fifth one, simply because this guy's whole gimmick is basically he's a tanky bastard, and the only way you can start doing some damage on him is if you lower his defense. And unfortunately, not a lot of GT category units lower defense, and even if they do, they're really squishy and not usable, and this guy will completely dog on them with one super. So it's very unfortunate that not a lot of units can actually lower defense. As much as I don't really care much about lowering defense, but in this fight, I guess it's kind of gimmicky. We kind of have to lower this guy defense before you can even make any sort of progress in this fight, because this guy tanks every freaking hit and is super annoying. So thankfully, with the GT trios, they do lower defense when you get an Ultra Super. I don't believe they lower defense upon regular supers. I think I only got nothing but 18 key supers, because it's very easy to get the 18 key super with the GT trios, but I might be mistaken. It's been a while since I used this card. Even when they got their EZA, I didn't really use them all that much, so I'm not sure if their 12 key super lowers defense. But they, when you get the 18 key, which you're most likely going to get all the time anyway, and that does lower defense, and these guys do become pretty tanky after they do super. The Super Saiyan 4 Int Gogeta, I only brought this guy simply because he's type advantage, and he does have a high chance to dodge / counter any super attacks. I did find that this guy is being type advantage of Raid Shenron. Actually, it was very helpful because he took, he takes a lot of damage from two Raid Shenron. So I kind of stepped on him a little bit. I probably should have brought him earlier, because like I mentioned, I lost so many times against Raid Shenron, more than I like to admit, honestly. But once you bring the right units, this guy actually comes into play. Don't sleep on the whole type advantage thing. I keep forgetting that type advantage, type disadvantage, whatever, actually does become beneficial at some point. I feel like a lot of us sort of kind of gave up on that, because it doesn't really matter. You still take an ungodly amount of damage no matter what type you are. But in this fight, it actually was very beneficial. So I'm not sure where exactly in the video I'm going to be using the new LR's passive skill, or I guess standby skill. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's a good animation thing, but someone like myself that I just like to skip the animations, it's very unfortunate that I can't skip that, and it just drives me insane, especially considering that I had to do this event I don't know how many times, and I only used that passive skill or that standby skill just to get the revive, because you most likely will die multiple times trying to do this without using a single item, and that's where I have to use a standby skill, and I can't skip it. So if it's playing in the background somewhere around this video and I'm just talking over it, I do apologize. I would have definitely skipped it if I could, but I couldn't, and I do apologize if you guys heard like my dogs like choking back there. I live in a very small room, so they're probably just messing around and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, this guy was definitely he gave us a fight, and I was kind of embarrassed, because I thought I was gonna go in here and do this first try, but no, man, this guy whooped my ass like 5 or maybe 10 times. But nonetheless, we actually got the job done. After trial and error, we kind of had to move a little units around and lower his defense, and before we can actually start doing some serious damage. And of course, the RNG of dodging, as much as I absolutely despise dodging, I know it is one of the most powerful abilities in the game. Dodging, for some reason, just never works out in my favor. I absolutely hate relying on RNG, but you kind of have to, especially when you're trying to do the GT only team because they're very dodge heavy. They rely so much on their dodging and counter, and it just sucks that they can't you know, if it doesn't go through, then you pretty much eat a super for like 300k or whatnot. And also it kind of sucks that this guy nullifies Ki Blast attack. So sometime in this video, the animation of the new LR, you'll see that you know, Goku does a spear bomb and he just completely just sucks it up. So that animation is like 30 seconds long, and all just for him to just go sucks it back up and nothing happens. So nonetheless, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to drag this video any longer than it has to be. I want to say thank you all so much for stopping by the video here today. Like this video if you'd like to. It helps me out tremendously with the YouTube's algorithm. And as always, I'll catch you all on the next challenge. Alright guys, peace out.